Welcome! This Legacy Instructional Series video will explain spacecraft translation in Star Citizen. Translation refers to the movement of an object in three-dimensional space. Just like rotation, it happens relative to an inertial reference frame that is attributed by the game engine. Star Citizen's physics accurately replicate Newton's laws of motion. Because of this, an object at rest or in motion will stay that way unless acted upon by a force. This means that a spacecraft requires thrust to begin translating or speeding up, but does not require thrust to maintain that speed once it's attained. To slow down again, the spacecraft will need to thrust counter to its direction of motion. The more inertia or mass an object has, the more thrust will be required to change its direction of motion or to start or stop entirely. Spacecraft can translate along their longitudinal axis using strafe forward, strafe back, or throttle. Forward translation in this manner is favored by many IFCS modes. Spacecraft can also translate up and down vertically and left and right laterally. This is done using strafe inputs, but also occurs quite often during maneuvering due to drift. As a spacecraft rotates, its relative axes shift, so velocity already existing in the previously forward direction will either continue to exist due to inertia or will be reduced over time by the IFCS or pilot input. In fact, as mentioned in the rotation lesson, the spacecraft can translate independent of its orientation, as much as is desired by the pilot and available according to the IFCS mode and maneuvering thrust capability. This and the presence of drift makes spacecraft in Star Citizen function very differently from airplanes and completely change the flight mechanics from the more traditional considerations. In future lessons, you'll learn how the IFCS interprets your translation inputs and learn how to best manage your velocity vector, which is a function of drift, and your available thrust to control your motion, allowing you to accomplish whatever maneuvering is required by your mission.